What's going on, y'all? This is Q Ortiz, your local San Diego massage therapist, musician, and artist. And today I'm shouting out Go Stencil because I got some stencils right here. Rich Wright. Boom. So we'll see what to do with these. I'm looking forward to it. My idea was similar to screen printing, where you can order a screen. I'm giving you the tips. This is what I was researching. You could order a pre-burned screen and screen printing inks and a squeegee and pretty much be able to boom create your t-shirt. But it would be limited to that one design on that specific screen. I thought of other things too with the screen. If you have multiple designs on it, you could potentially just stamp one of the designs, put the other design here. That way you could save on the screen. You just get that one, but have multiple designs on it. And that's if you're able to tape it off and all that stuff. Just this is how I think. And I figured, at least to start, at least to play around, let me get a couple stencils, because with the stencils I already have fabric. Like, I'm able to paint on fabric already. I have the paint and I have the medium to play around with. So instead of getting a screen that costs more, I figured let me get a stencil, explore it a bit, work with the materials I already have, and then if I'm really sold on it, on the idea and on the feel, then I could potentially get certain screens that I know will be more universal, that I could use on top of potentially actually getting them screen printed, but just have those on hand. Like, say if you order some shirts from the screen printer, they had a bunch and you ran out here, you're able to boom have, if you have some shirts available, you could screen print it yourself with that design and still be able to satisfy someone who is looking for it. And that's if it's smaller orders, but yeah, if it's like larger, when it's time to do that, then obviously you can outsource if you're feeling that. And I picked more of that gem out with the recently watching World and Vision. They posted a video about not heat pressing and was just talking about leaving the printing up to the people who do that as a profession. But I also see the benefit of doing a little bit of your own creation if and when it's time, especially if you're more of an artist in the sense of like actually touching the clothing and creating it. So if you've seen on my journey, I'll show you real quick. Alright. So some of these pieces, they were personally hand sewn or hand painted. So this is like a quick boom. It's a Fila sweatshirt. But then I added this. So I created this, did some reverse applique here with the logo, and then just play with this fabric here. There's a pocket in here, so I just put it on the outside of the pocket right there. Boom, like that. Then hand sewed this. Got the piece on the front. These were here already. That came like with the sweater. But then I ended up boom, reverse applique for the back. Then I sewed that on there, hand sewn. Yup, hand sewn. Then let me see. Yeah, like this one. It's a medium shirt here. And we have, boom, I was able to stitch that on there. Special techniques. And then I have this face. This is painted, but then I also, if you could see, I sewed the outline. So that outline is all sewn. And then I added some patchwork there on for the eyes. And then I embroidered the mouth and the nose. Right? So that all that stitching. That's stitching around the outline there. So that's what makes it a little pop. Boom, stitching around there. Boom. Those are available. This one's not. This is personal custom. So I've hand sewed this whole thing. This is a hoodie. Hand sewed the whole thing. It was an interesting process, very intense, very intensive, but I was able to just do it. I had a vision in my mind. Hey, I want to sew a hoodie. Can I do it? And I figured out a way to do it. I'm happy with it. I don't know if I would do that again. Right? I recently got gifted a sewing machine. So that's where I would play around with that. Just getting a little more familiar with the sewing machine and looking at expediting the process if I'm doing something like this. But I know this particular process, it's not for scale. It's not for scaling. These are pieces of art. It's works of art. And when it comes to more of the scaling, that's where you get into outsourcing, getting your merchandise screen printed or however you're getting it done. And I figure I can do that. Like that's its own approach. But there's also that approach where if I am touching in on custom things, I can play around and see about expediting it in a different way. Like say with the sewing machine, that'll expedite certain things that I want to do. Whether it's creating, right, certain merchandise. And then with this particular situation, I can also create outlines. I could draw this, cut it out, put it on something, sew that. So then I have like a little, boom, little fabric of that. You know? So it's different possibilities that I'm playing with in my mind, but this is just my creative journey, and that's where I'm able to just explore and weigh the options. Just really researching, looking at other people's experiences, what they're doing, taking in the information and applying it to see what works better with what I'm trying to do as an artist and what I'm inspired to do and what makes sense regarding obviously time, where you put your time, how much time you're putting into certain things, right? Like making some of these pieces, and I have another piece I just finished. It was a commission. I made, let me see. Yeah, I'll show you. Just, yeah, I don't know if they'll see it on here if they watch these videos, but I'll show you. Because it was kind of a surprise. But, alright. We reusing. Alright, check this out. Alright, so we got this sweater. And we put some of these whales on here. Boom. So that's what I mean about cutting out things. So you could cut things out. Yeah, I'm definitely looking at ways to expedite a process like this for custom pieces if I'm doing something like this. Regarding the brand, I can outsource or figure out ways to just build different product, right? It's different ways to do it. So I appreciate all the information that I'm giving. So there's that part. So essentially, see the front, excuse me, yeah, the front like that, and then you see this inside, the inside, boom, connects to the back like that. So boom, I don't know, it looks backwards on the screen, but you can see it says flow. It's not wolf. It's flow. And then on the front, boom, got a little tag action right there. Hope you can, yeah, you can see little tag action. So with little things like that, that's where it's nice when you could touch it. So I'm just figuring out different ways to say, like, if I only did that on a piece, or that on, you get what, like on a low something, where I'm still putting in my energy, but I'm also not taking a bunch of time on creating different pieces, where I can put that time into other creations as well, but still add that quality and the nice personalized touch. So that's what I'm touching in on. That's what I'm working on. Looking at how can I add those little personal touches to what I'm doing. Whether that's to the creation, or maybe it comes with the other merchandise. Like if I did stickers, or if I did just little personal cards, or however that looks. That's what I'm working on there. So if you like this video, click like. If you have any thoughts, questions, drop a comment below. And if you want to continue on this journey with me, click subscribe and we can vibe. Peace out.